Do you live your life rockboat to rockboat? If so, then welcome aboard the BoatCast, the podcast for rockboaters by rockboaters.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, the BoatCast, with a special edition. Greenlight Morning is joining us, along with special guest Allie Hammer here. Guys,
That's
you got
right.
a new album coming out. We
Heck
want to
yeah,
hear
man.
all about it.
Woohoo, congrats.
Go. It's so good to be here, first off, and see your faces. It's been a really long time. And thank you for bringing us back on your show. We're absolutely so excited about our new record, which is called Steady Your Feet.
Well, all of us here have been lucky enough to have been involved in the promotion of this. So we've gotten a little sample. Everyone who was part of the funding got to hear this album early, and dude, you blew it away. We expected a lot, don't get us wrong, and you surpassed all of those expectations.
Is that
Thank
true? You really feel that way?
Yeah, no,
All right,
seriously.
bud. That's
I mean,
amazing.
I told you as we were setting this up that Parachute immediately in my top 5 songs of all time. It's
That's amazing.
it's killer.
I haven't started to listen to it yet, so I'm here for you guys to like really hype it up for me.
He's like
before
one
I
of those
listen in.
he's like one of those rock boaters that doesn't want to listen to the songs
All
before
right,
they
that's
go
fair.
on the
That's
boat.
fair. I got it.
I have listened and I love it. I'm going to look at the text that I sent Aaron earlier. It said it's really wonderful. It captures your guys' talent and your heart. And I
Yep.
think that that's true about all of your songs, but it is just, it's you guys. It's great.
Mhm.
We're excited. You know, when we went to this, we went through like about 130 tunes that we've written, and we haven't put out a record in a really long time. We want to get back on the rock boat, and that was one of the things we had talked about, like, a goal with making this record and touring. But we had a lot of songs and kind of working with these guys, and I feel like we all poured our heart into this. And I called Brian Facchino, and this is probably my like 4th time calling him about making a record with him one day, and he's like, "Man, we've had this conversation, like, like," and I was like, "Well, what's it gonna cost? Like, what's it gonna do?" And so, like, knowing the cost, I went to Aaron and I told him about the conversation, and I feel like he's really spearheaded so much of this in terms of a Kickstarter, and we were able to dig in with our friend Tony Luca. And then Tony had a really incredible friend that worked with him in his Kickstarter campaign. And, it was a kind of I guess like a step out on faith, because we were like, do people care? Do they want to hear this record? We've been doing music for a long time. And the songs that we had, we'd gotten down to about 30 that we really, out of all of them, we loved. And then we took that 30 to 20 and kind of voted on it, and there's still songs I think that are better that we may not have. That's right, that's doing it. That like maybe didn't make the record, which is they love it enough, we'll make another one. But we poured our heart into it, and then was able to just so grateful to work with our friends and fans that helped us make this record, and and put financial earnings behind what we were doing. We took it so seriously. I mean, we started cutting drums, what, guys, in October?
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
October, and we finished this record up in March. And of course, we weren't working on it nonstop. We were trying to find between busy schedules and, travel overseas and all that stuff in between. But we're so excited about it. I'll shut up, let the guys talk here.
Yeah, no. First things first, obviously, is the support that everybody gave us.
Amazing.
And you mentioned on the financial side, it couldn't have happened without the people who wanted this to happen, people who wanted us to make the record, and obviously thank you guys as well for supporting the band, just
And
in
the
general.
record.
And the record of it wouldn't have happened without the financial backing of our fans, friends, family. Everybody who was there to say, show us what you got, and I think this album, it does it. It's pretty solid. And that's it. Thanks a lot. This was a good interview. I appreciate it.
Well, I was going to say, we know what you got. And we like it and we want it. You know, we get to see you guys live and it's just so much fun. So I'm really happy to have new music that I can listen to even when I'm not seeing you guys live. It's really wonderful.
Yeah, it's so tough to leave Rock by the Sea after you are bringing down the house, and then it's like, wait, I'm not going to be able to see these guys for how long? And now being able to put this new music on in the car on the way to taking the kids to school. I mean, it's like you're there with us, guys.
We can't wait for people to hear it. You know, not everybody got the pre-save link. And I mean, look at this hair. Obviously, making a record is very stressful.
I mean, I thought we had Everclear on for a second.
Yeah, right.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. It may be dark again for the whole world to see. But, you know, this record was about just a tough time in life, man. Like, you know, I saw both my parents fight cancer and win and beat that battle. It's incredible. But it had some scary days. And we've seen like really good friends pass and marriages struggle with friends that are steady your feet about my brother. And we just poured our hearts into it. And we're incredibly grateful. I really, truly, I hate my big heart.
We love that big
times.
heart,
You love it.
Aaron.
It comes through in every song.
But I'm truly grateful to work with these dudes. And Brian Pacino, who just crushed it, man, he made this vision come together. And so we're just, you know, when you pour your heart into something for so long and see it come together, this record is still healing me, which is cool.
Yeah. It's very therapeutic, and yeah, you feel the emotions, and you can ride the emotions along with you. You talk of the great Brian Facchino. What was it like for the crew to head down and record with him?
Ted, you go.
It was amazing because, you know, as a guitar player, I mean, first of all, you either go, wow, this is going to be great, or holy crap, I'm going to be scared. Like, I can't go down and record with the best guitar player that I know. And I work in the, you know, most people don't know I work in the music business for a living, for my day job. So I've worked with so many famous guitar players. I mean, it's what I do. It's what I've done my whole career. But Brian is still literally one of probably the best all-around musicians and players that I know. So I was like, okay, is this going to be intimidating or is it going to be cool? And it, you know, I knew it would be cool, but like it
was both.
It was both, but he never makes you feel like that. No, it really wasn't. I mean, it was just like he was so great to work with. The goal was to go down there and just like, man, you get to use his equipment, and as guitar players, we just talk about stuff and laid things down as it came to us. And it was kind of like, man, it was a great experience. And that's just me from a guitar playing standpoint. But I think with everybody, you know, Brian's just so laid back and he's so musical and he can move so fast as far as formulating what he needs to do as a producer and what brings the best out of us. And I really feel like he brought the best out of everybody. It was pretty great.
I'm not
I
sure.
don't know-
I
I don't
don't
know
know
if
if we
it'll-
would have gotten it done without him, to be honest. From the
Yeah.
perspective of like the
Agreed.
challenge that we have is we're very busy guys. We have a lot of different things. And so the producer is not only helping support the music part of all of this, but the timelines and the structure and when everything is organized. And he did a great job of like keeping us on task. And, you know, this, for people who don't know, is our first full-length album. So that makes it special all on its own. And we originally really only had the budget for 10 songs based on the contributions everybody made. But we're like, AP pushed us. It was like, I got to get 2 more songs. Got to get these other 2 songs on here. So we were like, because it's hard when you're choosing through, I don't know, like AP said, hundreds of songs. We literally created a spreadsheet, and I had people go in because it got so complicated to say, I need you to vote on like, what's your favorite songs? And we built an algorithm of like, okay, that filtered it to the top 20. And then we would have a discussion of like, what are the top 20 of the ones that we like want to narrow.
That's something I would do. That is totally something I would do because being so analytical, like I can't. It's hard for me to make decisions.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
I have to.
even songs based on like this was a higher, you know, beats per minute. This was a lower beats per minute. This is more of an emotional song. You know, how do we want the whole album itself to appear? And so Ted and I wrestled quite a bit, and I won. You know, so it was a lot of it was a lot of discussion. We kind of sat here on the back porch and kind of fought over a few things, and
Yeah.
a few of us kind of stood for like I really want this to be on it. You know, and we'll explain why. You know, and tell me the backstory. Let me hear it. You know, it's tell me what your heart says about it, and that's and I think that you can hear that through the songs, truly.
That
One of,
Well,
there's a phrase in writing where sometimes you have to kill your darlings, and it can be so hard
yes.
because you have so much love for everything you make. But I'm
Yeah.
hoping for the ones that didn't make it to be on this next album.
Totally.
Totally.
Yes.
And by the way, one of the things I'm most proud of is like it wasn't 100% intentional at the start, but as we finished, there is an absolute arc to the album because in today's world, people want singles and they don't really think about it. But I've had so many people already say, like, I've listened to this thing straight through and I didn't skip a song. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty
that's
cool.
what we wanted. You know, there's like
Yeah.
where there's like
Yeah.
different moments, it's kind of up and down. There's like special live moments versus like stuff that's like super produced. And yeah, so
I got a friend who's a incredible sound engineer, and he's like worked at all these like, different like mega churches and stuff. And you know, send it to someone like him who's like I won't like name drop all the stuff he's been doing, but I was like a little nervous. And he sent me a text and he's like, Aaron, he's like, I got to tell you, like, it is one of those rare treats in life where I can put on a record that's 13 songs deep because he got the extra song, the acoustic version, right? And he's like, and I didn't skip a single one. And he was like, he's like, you have some bangers in there. And I think that's great. We wanted something that was going to be just like, we wanted the songs to be bulletproof. And there's some songs that didn't make the record that I felt like, still had their own, you know, like Pushing On. You know, there's a couple tunes in there that were like, oh. And there's one song that we didn't write. Patrick Martin, who plays bass for us, wrote with a guy named Ryan Creer and Stephen like Lyles Barker, who's a big country artist from Love and Theft and has his own new single. And you know, like I think thanks to the Connors, you know, kind of like making sure that like a last minute donation that allowed us to actually go and put that song on the record because we've been playing it forever and people wanted it. But, you know, Mark, I'll publicly thank you for your generous donation, man, and buying some of these packages. Like
everybody on here, Allie, and
everyone I
Ian.
know, I'm going through it. Yeah, I mean, Aaron stole the thunder, but I just Allie and Eamon, like, you know, you kind of get to a point where like, do people care? You know, when Aaron and I first started playing, if you like, you know, do the Wayne's World thing, and we go back a long time ago, you know, we were just playing music together. We had toured with the Big Creek and Oval Opus, and we started making songs. Had a chance to, of course, we brought John into this, and we had a chance to. We were like, I think some of the early songs were like, I think these are pretty good. But we could also be two like guys that were has-been dudes that are just making music in their basement, you know, in suburbia. And we started playing and the crowd they jumped into it early on. I think our first show was opening up for like Mark Ballas,
Yeah.
the dancer for Dancing with the Stars, you know.
Yeah.
And then we needed an electric guitar player. We brought Ted in and like we just built this band, you know, and it kind of flash forward to, I think, in my 20 plus years, 25, almost 30, in my 30, God, I'm old. In my 30 years of making music, this is my favorite record of all time that I've ever made. I'm most proud of this record. And I think the musicianship and the songs are really catchy. I feel like you run it by your kids too. They'll tell you if something's cool or if it's not. And so getting their vibe has been something, even my 6-year-old, like, you know, like what songs that she likes. And, you know, we've always been a band that's from 6 years old to 80. We think people will dig our music. And this one, I think, is holding true to that. I really do.
I've got a question. How did you guys pick? So Steady Your Feet is the title track. How did you guys pick that as the title for the title or just even that track?
You
Go
ready
ahead,
for it?
Aaron. You take this one.
All right, I'll take this one. A couple things. So I'll start with like just like the basics. If it's often common that somebody takes a title from one of these songs as the album title. We wouldn't consider "Steady Your" our single, by the way. There was a lot of discussion of like, well, do we call it that? Because that people might think that's our single. But um, when I started like really listening to all of the lyrics and the songs and about what really the album kind of has the arc about, is that AP mentioned this earlier. Like we all collectively in the band this last year, we've gone through different things that have been hard. And so Parachute, which is I would call probably our single, about is like you're flying in and like people that love you are catching you from falling, right? And when you actually fall and you land on the ground, the next thing is you're steadying your feet and you're being resilient. You're pushing through to that next step. And like this whole album, like the arc kind of really talks about that. And I think people will hear that and they will feel that. And I'm like, and then I also Googled like how many albums are called Parachute or how many albums are called this. And there was a ton of them. And no album except for ours is called Steady Your Feet. And I'm like, hey, like, so there's a little bit of combination of both of those, but it like, as I thought about it, I'm like, dude, like we steadied ourselves to actually make this album, which is really hard. Like it was a hard thing for us to do. I think a lot of people know we are working dads. Like we still like maybe one day one of these songs will hit, we'll go tour across the world, but like us juggling, playing a fair amount of shows and recording a full-time album and working, like I'm super proud. Like I can't even tell you, like, and off of the back of people who actually like afforded us to go do it. Like, so hopefully does that make sense? The Steady Your Feet,
Yeah.
I love it. And
like
yeah,
I hope people when they hear the album, they're like, dude, this is resilience. I made it through. Like we're getting to a better spot. Like, cause I literally feel like I'll give you my personal story. Others can share if they don't. Like this last year, my mother-in-law has Alzheimer's. So she had to come move in with us, and it's just tough my grandmother had it. We've had multiple people, APs had experience with this too. It's just a horrible thing, and watching other people go through things make it hard as well. But like I hope people feel the album is a next phase, because like we literally have sold her house and sold her car, and we've got things like organized, and like Rock by the Sea and the release of this album, and to me is like actually like a switch turning to our next phase. Like that's what's cool about it. That's like because we steadied ourselves on something like we believe in, like, and to do 12 songs, guys, I got to tell you the amount of hours behind the scenes that went into it. All these guys put a ton of time into it, and now we're practicing our butts off to make sure they sound as good as they possibly can.
That's right.
Gotta actually learn them.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Well, and I would say touring too. I mean, we're playing, festivals in Texas, where obviously we have Rock by the Sea. We're playing Mile Music in Wisconsin. We have shows all over the place. We've got floors and offerings. So like we've got stuff all over the country, which is amazing to kind of balance that. Which is just amazing.
And our hope, Mark and Allie, is like literally like one of the things doing this album was to try to get back on the rock boat.
So say no more. I know at least 5 people who have been waiting to sign back up for the rock boat, and a big group like Greenlight Morning getting on there. If you all are announced, I know they're gonna be selling some cabins quickly.
That would be awesome. We're asking them. We're asking. We're trying. So
yeah, we're trying.
I mean, we've already got AB on there.
That's right.
He's a
Beavers,
steady
I love your hat, by
part
the
of the
way.
Beavers.
Thanks for representing.
Yeah.
And speaking of working with Brian, I know you guys like with the Rock Boat have done the sessions, like what, and we've seen kind of like some of the videos and stuff of the sessions, like during the Rock Boat. How was it different, working with them kind of just solely, or was it different working with them solely versus as a group, like the 6-man sessions?
It is different in my opinion. So I did sessions with Brian a couple years ago. I think the pressure of only having 3 or 4 days to write and record a full album is different versus like we're coming in with a song and then he's adding in, like, there's just more time in this type of scenario, which allows you to experiment a bit more about
He's amazing in both
arrangements.
situations, knowing the time pressure and what we could cut to make a record. I didn't do sessions, but we did the
Wings on the
Wings
Water.
on the Water, down in Mexico. But Brian just has such a different vision, and to make you comfortable and to really see it through. Because even when you're making a record, I mean, if you're racing, they'll say Robin's racing, right? There's some tension, there's some things, and those things come up when you're passionate about a song that's, and kind of what your North Star is. And so I think, like, even that, as we all were bringing different ideas and thoughts to the table, maybe it's something that I initially wrote but needed a better bridge, and kind of seeing how Ted and Brian together, like, collectively worked on this. I mean, so also there's a song on this record that, like, No Doubt About It, I wrote with Ben Jackson and Brian Facchino over Zoom, prior to the stream, Rock by the Stream. Like, it was literally like, we wrote that song on on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve, like during a year after COVID started, right? I mean, talk about, casting your bread on the water, many days coming back to you. Like, that was a tune that, that we had written forever ago, and about just trying to get together with our friends and family and life. And so, like, like, he has writing on some of these tunes, and I just think there's such, I think, what we try to always be, like as Aaron already said, like, we all have different things. We're not out here touring full time. We're trying to just be authentic with our music and real life. And I feel like that captured this. And I think it's going to heal a lot of people and help a lot of people. I really do. And I think a lot of people can just dig it just to dig it, even if they don't need that healing, I
I would
really
love
do.
to know from each of you, which song are you most excited to play live?
A lot to play live. Interesting. Okay.
That's a great question.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a tough one.
It's a different question than I was
Or
thinking.
which one are you more excited to feel people? Which one are you more excited to have people hear on the album, if that's better?
Oh, those are two different types of
I
questions.
know.
Yeah.
I like it. That's a good question.
Maybe you could pick yours if you're having a hard time with one question, pick one or the other to answer.
That's a good question.
Silence.
I mean,
all of them.
for me, live, I think Parachute's going to slam, and I think there's going to be a couple surprises that we're just not sure what they're going to happen yet. Like, there's an ending of this called The Answer, and there's like a na-na sing-along that I'm hoping actually is going to be really cool. It may not, but like, I'm like, I can sense, like, people can sing na na na. I don't know. We'll see.
I could see that as a sing-along, yeah.
But just like at the end where it's just like people singing those along. The song that I'm most excited for people to hear, I've vocalized this with the band after I've listened to the album a few hundred times, is like, it's the perfect way to close the album. It's called Marty. And I think for me personally, it was because AP and I had a really just great moment, like when he wrote the majority of the song, but we were in a cabin at our booking agent's like house, and we recorded it in this cabin, a demo of this, and it just was a really special moment for us to share that story and his story and like hear the story, because I didn't know Marty the way Aaron knew Marty, but obviously I could tell you it's very special to him. But then when we took it to the studio, unfortunately I was not able to play like in the studios much because of the Nashville ice storms. So like I was scheduled to go down, and so luckily I do have a home studio, so I recorded most of the stuff at home to keep us on our timeline. But I was like, there's two songs that I really want to play live piano on. I'm going to ask Aaron just maybe to take a vocal break when we go down the next weekend, and that was Marty and Little More Love. Like the way the real piano sounded on that, and like there's a little, I'm getting nerdy here, like there's a mute on the piano that like makes it sound haunting, but it sounds like it's a
Pretty
pack,
sick.
but it's a real piano.
Yeah, it's really good.
And then the way the guitars and the drums come in, it's just like you feel every emotion of that song. And that's the song that I'm like, our real fans like I think are just gonna absolutely love that song because it's just like you can feel the heart of it. It like so that's my opinion. I'll let the other guys talk. I'm talking too much.
No, I'll just say real super quick. I'm excited for everybody to hear "Won't Stop" because you guys have been hearing it live for several years now, and it's basically the same song, but Brian did a really great arrangement of kind of just looking at it and building it the way it needed to be built from the beginning. But I think live, it's still like it's different, but it just also slams. And Aaron Bright and I do a harmonized solo in the middle. That's kind of something that I always go towards the musical side of things and what guitar solos I like best and things like that. But that's just a great live song. It's going to be, and people haven't heard this version of it. And then we got a song called Circles, which for me is kind of a surprise because it's a little laid back, but when it kicks in, it's a groove, and it's one of my favorite 2 guitar solos on the record. And it's just simple and straightforward, but it's like, yeah, it's just the things that just have a good feel. And I think like AB said that once we kick into the end of Marty, it's very interesting, and it's unique, and the way it goes along. And my kids, I'll be playing it down here on the guitar, and like an hour later, my 7-year-old will walk by going do 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 do, like it's sticking in their heads. So I'm like, well, that's a good sign. So those are probably my favorites at the moment.
Yeah, I think Parachute definitely is a big one. I think that's going to really just hit home to a lot of people. I think that's a great song. I also think Steady Your Feet. It's got a great little breakdown in the middle. That's just, people are like, what just happened? Like, oh my gosh, this is great. And You and Me is going to be a great party song late at night. And I have a feeling that's going to be, it gets stuck in your head. It gets stuck in your head, and I think that's going to be a big one as well.
Steady Your Feet part, I told AP multiple times, like, that's like the coolest musical thing we've ever done on any song.
Yeah.
Like that little middle section of the song is like completely.
Yeah.
That's really
JB, what song is going to absolutely make you hammer those drums? That's what I want to know.
To be honest with you, the end of Marty is going to allow me to let loose a little bit. Ted's probably going to tell me to stop, and I'm going to put my hand up and say, just remember when your kid's like do 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 do, and you turn to him and you're like, that's not even the right chord. And I think that's I think that's going to be great. Like, truly, I think
as long as they're singing it in time, I don't correct them.
I'm actually going to turn the click off, and we're probably just going to speed everything up. So every song is going to be, I'm going to kill it. So I'm just telling you now.
I believe that. Well, Circles had a nice surprise where Brian sent that out to Megan Slanker, who's amazing. And so we do a feature with her. And so I'm really excited about that version and having her actually be part of it, because she's like uber cool. She wrote this song with Aaron Bright called, was it Jacques Cousteau? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was listening, amazing. I was so sad I wasn't part of that writing session in Mexico, because I came over and they were like, I was looking for a moment. I'm like, dang it. And the wind was blowing. It was so amazing. So incredible to have her on this record. I love that you guys like Marty. Marty was one of my best friends in the world. He's a dude who came to a show and hung out for the longest time, and then he started becoming friends, and he started working our lights, and he was the most brilliant dude in the world. Everyone here on there is so passionate about helping get a cure to cancer, and we're making so many incredible strides across this. And Marty sadly got a brain tumor, and timing wasn't ready. It wasn't there in time, and it was heartbreaking. He had such a beautiful brain, just unbelievable how intelligent this guy was. One of my best friends in the world, and it broke my heart. It was at Rock by the Sea when I found out that he was going to pass, that he was in the hospital. And anyway, he was such a science guy. I hope that the lyrics take it there to the space stuff that he did. Just, if I keep talking about it, I'll cry, which is so stupid at this point. But I miss the guy dearly, and everyone in the world loved him. I will say this. I hope that everyone will learn the wonderful and crazy thing about Marty that drove me crazy is that dude would not rush a moment. Like he would have a cup of coffee and just be locked in. And we all get so busy. We're all spinning plates. Every one of us here are spinning plates of busyness. That dude, he just knew how to lock in. And I'm like, aren't you supposed to be in class right now? He's like, yeah, but this is so great.
He
Finish
knew
out.
how
What
to
you gotta do.
steady his feet.
He was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just an amazing guy. He one time made fog juice out of, this is incredible. Let me tell this story. This is amazing. So we were in Athens, Ohio. I was touring with Oval Opus, and we were playing this, the Blue Gator. You remember that club, AB?
Oh yeah.
Packed out. We would sell this place out. It was insane. It was debauchery, and it was an amazing time. And all of a sudden, I hear him go, "Oh, Rob." I'm like, "What's up? Are you okay?" He's like, "I'm out of fog juice." I'm like, "You better fix that, buddy." So he's looking at the back of it because not only was he a materials engineer and a mechanical engineer and electric. I mean, this guy, his thesis to get his doctorate was how do we make American fighters faster by heating up metal and slowing down metal. He was such an urban dude. Like one night we were leaving a restaurant and this guy's like, "Excuse me, sir, your flashlight's on." He's like, "Oh, sorry, thank you very much." Like this guy could fix anything. He was MacGyver on the road. So anyway, one night he's like, so we're looking at this and he's looking at the back of the fog juice. He's like, "I can make this." And I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "We got to go to IGA." So we're in Athens, Ohio. We get in the van and trailer. We're rushing down there. And we go down, and I'm like, I'm not a chemist. I went to college, I finished college, But he's sitting there. He's like, he's just like taking all this peroxide. And he's loading this cart. I'm like, "Is this peroxide? Like, what is it, right?" And he's like, no. He's like, "We're gonna need a ton of KY jelly." I'm like, "Come on." And so we go over and we buy. So the combination between KY jelly and peroxide made, I mean, outside of the taste in the air when the fog worked that night, there was a saltiness to the fog juice that was in the air. But you guys, he was just incredible. He was so intelligent, and so I miss him every day. But he was one of the dudes that, like, in the time before I married my wife, had sent me this amazing little poster that said, "Your heart is free. Have the courage to follow her." I can't say enough about what a great dude he was and what a tragedy he was. So I hope this song honors that dude. But in terms of songs, other songs, I think Parachute is really out the gate, like going to be a great tune. I love to play that live. A quick story behind that is I got to this part of my travels on this place, and I always would I would lose phone service. So you ever get where your GPS goes out, you can't connect to the world, but you follow the blue dot because you have it, right? And so I always love this part because it quiets your mind, and I'd either go to a song so I was inspired when I first wrote this tune. It all came to me in this 35-minute drive. That tune all rolled out of Parachute. And I was thinking about the people that I was seeing in the areas of like how they needed to be rescued, and I was so excited about this song. And I got to Civilization and I was like, I feel like we're onto something like this, like this band's going to love this. And like, has anyone ever written a song called Parachute? Yeah. A lot, including Chris Stapleton. I didn't know, but so it's our version, and I think it's different. And I think like Train has a record called Parachute. I think like
Guster,
Guster, yeah. But I really love that tune, like JB said. But I think I am most excited about The Answer. To me, that song is just it came at a different place, and I hope that people give it a listen.
Yeah, it's hard to know. We love them all. Somebody asked me, "What's your favorite song?" I'm like, "This asks me who my favorite kid is." It's like,
Yeah.
you know.
Which on
that's
certain days,
that's easy.
that's easy.
Terrible job.
And we told
Well,
you
we've been
there's
talking a
several
lot
guest
about
artists.
Rock by the Sea, right?
What's that?
We've been talking a lot about Rock by
Yeah.
the Sea,
Yeah.
and this highlight of the year is coming up. How do you guys go ahead and prepare for that? Because you're such a part of it, both in the community and you're on the board, correct, AP?
Yeah, that's right.
And you know, so there's a lot of logistics. This is a big year. That's last year, right? So
Last
Last
year I
year's
was president.
president.
Don't.
She's still,
Yeah.
don't.
I
You're
appreciate
gonna get a phone
the
call.
clarification. Yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah, man, I love that lady so much. Beth is one of my dearest friends in the world, and I think that, man, when you think of like what she and Rick and Gail came up with to take what was rock boat and put a philanthropy, this philanthropic dream to really rescue families. And we've seen it happen in real life of real families. I mean, some of these things that we've been supporting has now had, Ken Block told the story recently about when his brother passed for Lyrics for Life, right? It was a 20% chance for a child to live to his now 90%, survival rate. That's incredible. We didn't do all that. Like, we can't take credit for all of that, but there were families, and with the University of Florida immunotherapy program and the consistency to put money behind cancer research with children and seeing like real lives. I mean, we have families that come to Rock by the Sea. I don't want to name names here because from a HIPAA standpoint, right? But we have like real families that have been there and have like, seeing a father throw his arms around me, like, thank you. Like when I came to Rock by the Sea from back in the day, it was like I thought it was another gig. And I apologized to Beth when we went to the hospital, and I was like, I want to be part of your healing, whatever you do, whether I be able to become famous in this band or I just get to help you raise money. Like, I want to be part of what you're doing here and understanding like it, the bigger picture. Yeah, people come there to fill their hearts up at Rock by the Sea. It's a big family. But like the real work that we're doing there comes from people's generous donations that have really changed over the last 20 years, affecting people's lives. And Beth has been such a pillar. So she'll always be part of it. We have different ways that we prepare for this show. Obviously we're excited about new merch, and, a new record to come out there. We're going to be hosting cornhole every year. So if you haven't signed up, dude, sign up. It's going to be insane. It's going to be on the beach, by the music. It's going to be on Friday morning, and it's a blast. And that usually raises $2,000 or $3,000, and it's super fun. Like there's things that go into that, but ultimately I feel like it's a reunion with family. It's like a family reunion you don't want to miss. Like, you're not worried about Uncle Beer being there and taking his shirt off and doing the thing that he's always going to do. It's so incredible. The people that are there are so incredible. And the musicians are so talented. And so, like, it's just, it's one of those big love fest emotions. I think that everyone always comes back and said, like, they're so grateful to be there. I feel like this year, we are so excited to bring this new record to fruition, and excited about the opportunity to play.
There you go.
Eamon, sorry. Eamon, I knew you had something you wanted to bring up.
Oh yeah, I was gonna circle back. I didn't want to ruin the Rock by the Sea stuff, but I wanted to eventually circle back, and I had a question about the Kickstarter and how that came about. Like, if you had any advice to any other like bands who might be looking to do some of that, and if there was anything you might have done like differently, having gone through it now.
I can maybe start. First of all, we struggled a little bit whether we should do a Kickstarter or not, because we do have jobs. But a lot of it too was like we knew that it was expensive to do it right, and we also in a way just wanted. AP mentioned this earlier. Just wanted to know, like, did people really want another album anyways? I know that sounds a little, but like, we were lucky. AP mentioned Tony Luca has a friend named Ernie Halter who had done several Kickstarters, so he was kind enough to just take some calls about like reviewing our Kickstarter before we sent it out. You know, I would say the harder part is actually where we are right now, because of like having to text Allie to find out what her t-shirt size is, and Mark to find out, because like you're
Lyrics
just
for
trying to
your
keep
favorite
everything
song.
organized and like trying to finalize the actual shipments, and we're trying to see if we can drop off stuff at Rock by the Sea and keeping that stuff organized. I'd say we probably could have done more like video montages or something, like there's always like, you go watch people that are very successful at Kickstarter, and like they're very good at like producing content, a lot of content. We aren't the best at producing a lot of content. It is something we want to be better at. JB's probably our strongest ally at being able to help produce content, so we lean on him to help us think about stuff. But that's the only thing that if anybody ever, I would hope to pass that forward, Eamon, to your question. Like if somebody else wants to do that, they want to ask us like why we picked Kickstarter over Indiegogo or whatever. Like there was a couple of things with Kickstarter. It is a all or nothing campaign. So some people get nervous that like if you do Indiegogo, you can, I think that's what it's called, Indiegogo. Like if you ask for 30,000, you only get 10, you still get your 10. And we debated about that internally. I'm like, listen, like at the end of the day, if we don't get this, then like, and we also did like tiers where it was like we set it at 20, but we knew if we wanted a full length, so like we could have done an EP, but our fans came through and they got us to the full length album. And we did actually contribute our own funds to even get it to the 12 songs. For me, I hope, I'd be stupid that I feel like that's important to state, but it's just like, it's like,
You have skin in the game. Yeah,
we're
exactly.
in it. We're in it with you guys. It's like that was what was kind of important to us, especially because we had so many songs that we wanted to try to get in on this thing. So,
well, I want to say I'm sorry that I didn't email you my shirt size until you texted me today. But
I just threw you under the bus, Allie. I'm sorry.
But I'm with you there, Allie.
But I want to say that I did not do your Kickstarter for a t-shirt. I did my Kickstarter because I love you guys and I love your music and I wanted to be a part of it. So don't worry about, sorry about the organization.
Oh, no reason to apologize. We're hoping that a lot of these people don't ever collect their shirts.
But speaking of, as you know, and Mark, you can chime in too, because as people who contributed, it's because we love you, we believe in you, and we want to help make your, get your music out there. And as artists, with the way technology and Spotify and like all that kind of stuff is going, I know it's harder for bands to make money, and it costs money to make the music. And so we want to help you make the music that we can all enjoy. So thank you guys for doing the Kickstarter, if that meant us getting your music.
Yeah, we always use that F word on this podcast, family. And, we feel like part of the Greenlight Morning family. And there's nothing like playing a song and having my girls excited in the back. And they're like, these are our friends. We love these guys. And they're like, wow, this is really good. And we believe in you both as musicians, but even more importantly as friends. And we just want to keep any way we can support you. You tease the idea of the next album. I'm already like, when can I contribute? Let's make this happen.
Well, that means the world to us. It really does. And we feel like there's some legs, there's some opportunity with these songs that we can give it. I think of like songs like a tributary of water, like like how do we open it up to? Is it a sync deal? Is it this? Most importantly, we're gonna work it really hard, and we're gonna find a way to see if the world will dig it. We're really excited about them, but we feel like we owe the world to our friends that made this possible. That really allow us to bring this vision forward. We're so proud of this record. We really are excited about putting it in their hands and like getting people stored, and it comes out on the 24th. So, if you hear this, go to Greenlight Morning, save it, 24th at Spotify, if
April
you're Apple
24th.
Music. Some of you have it now, at least one song. But we have a show that night, at Cincinnati Distillery. So like those coming locally, like they're going to get to hear it and it's going to be great. But we're just beyond grateful that our friends have allowed us to, make this record from our heart, and we poured our heart into it, and Brian did such a great job with that, and Ted and Aaron and John, like they all just did such a great job and bringing this to life and supporting each other and pushing for, a better bridge or, a different lyric line, that really brought that point home. And so it was a collective effort, and we just can't wait for the world to hear it. I feel like we're about to just like release our baby to the world, and we hope they don't think it's ugly. Like, please God, I hope you think you're as beautiful as I do, because maybe I'm just seeing the vision close.
What I will say is, like, any song you guys will play on an album, watching you guys live perform like these shows, and we saw it a little bit earlier from you, AP, the passion behind all of your music. It's evident in every song that you sing, the way you sing it, and you give everybody in the crowd the feels. So
Mhm.
anybody out there, buy the album, and even more, see these guys live, because it is an absolute show.
And I
Yeah,
just love being a part of this conversation because you talked about your baby being beautiful. So I just scrolled up and looked at the cover, and the album cover is beautiful. And hearing the story behind the title, and Steady Your Feet, but there's a parachute on the ground, like it's beautiful. So like, I love that now anybody listening to this that sees the album will get, the vibes of that meaning. So it is beautiful and it sounds beautiful.
You have no
Yes.
idea how many text messages and pictures and things we get through the concept of that. So it's amazing you nailed like it, as you open the album. I could go grab it if you want. But it's like it's a whole journey. The whole album's
You
like,
should grab it.
it's
Listen
Do
to
it.
I'll go
Do a
grab it.
little
Grab it.
tease.
Grab that. I mean, and thank you for saying that, Eamon. I hate that. I wish to goodness that I didn't have, I should probably be in therapy, at some point, but sometimes, a little bit of bourbon and a guitar is a lot of therapy.
Music is therapy, brother. Music is
Yeah, it
therapy.
is. It is, but I I think I love Big, and I'm so grateful. I'm so incredibly grateful, and so incredibly grateful that people, will hear these songs. And I think that these are normal things that connect across the world. I don't think what I'm doing is so super special. Like John's got the record.
Beep,
But
beeping.
I wish I didn't get so emotional. I wish I could calm that down.
Nah, you wouldn't be you, brother.
Mhm.
I'll give you the quick journey of the album.
Do it.
So
Do
you're
it.
right. The parachute is the
You're a
song.
little blurry, AB. See if you can focus.
Oh, he's got it.
There you go. There you go.
The
Very good.
parachute obviously signals the song, but then you're like on your journey, right? Like you're on your journey. So as you open up, you're like in these fields and you see these like footsteps going into the journey.
Blurry footsteps.
So like you're steadying your feet, and then to actually truly steady your feet, you actually might need to see actually feet being
Love
steadied.
Oh my God, I love it.
All
Is
right.
that not sick?
And
And
then
wait, AB, show
and
the
now you're
show
on
the
to the next
wait,
part
wait,
of the
wait, AB,
journey.
go back to the feet thing. Can you like just hold that disc by itself up to there? Because what I love about this, when artistically we went there, if you can see his feet, he's standing on circles like a solar system, right? Which is like about circles is like how many circles do we get around the sun? Like making life matter. I mean, this is a Dead Poet Society, a moment of suck tomorrow out of life, make it count, because you only have so many circles. So
But like now,
sorry.
if you see this whole thing, I know it's probably blurry because it's shiny, but this is morning, green light morning. This is night. I know I'm getting deep, but now you're really hearing all the thought that went into this. You steadied your feet, and now you're into that next phase. That's what this is,
I love
So
John and Aaron Bright did all that. I had nothing to do with that.
100%
I'm so
they did.
grateful to have an artist that knows how to do this. John is obviously working as an art teacher, and AB also digging and knowing how to do all that stuff. It was Ted and I were always like, well, we don't really know what to say, but we can tell you if it's cool or not.
I either like it or I don't. That's the best I got.
Yeah, same.
We went with art. We had artists. We paid somebody to do art. We did all kinds of different things. Like it was all, but like because it's like important, right? We just wanted to try to get something that felt like we all liked it and felt good about it. So, yeah. Sorry about the long-winded story.
No.
Album.
I think the listeners love that, and that's what sets you apart is all of those little things. You truly put your heart into every aspect of this album, every aspect of performance, and looking at this next circle around the sun, we've got
And then here, by
Rock
the
by
way,
the
Mark,
Sea.
there's Mark and Eamon and Allie. You're all listening here. You just
Love
have
it.
to
It's so true.
get your reading
One
glasses
thing
on.
I will even say too, Aaron's son sang on it. He did some of the nanas. Who also he just started. Aaron's not saying this, but just like crushed it the last 2 weeks
It's
of
been an
being.
emotional day.
Yeah, he played
Les
Marty
Mis,
and
right?
Les Mis. It was insane. It was really great. My boys got to play horns on You and Me, which was really cool for me. To have them part of the record as well, and hopefully lively they'll show up and play some music, play some horns on a record from time to time.
We also had John and Bree from Wellesley Arms sing some back on Little More Love.
Carrie Brockwell sang on this record.
Carrie
She's going to be
Brockwell
there.
sang.
I mean, it was a love fest of friends.
Mark
man.
Evans played fiddle.
That's right.
Some good stuff on there.
And techno.
Hammer played bass on some of these tunes.
Yeah.
Brian played bass on these tunes as well. So, man, it's just we can't wait. We just can't wait I think the world's gonna dig it. I really do. I hope they do. But I think they will.
If not,
you guys successfully got me excited now to listen to it. So
yeah, plus play, man. Plus pray.
Good.
Now, do you have a CD player? That's the big question, because that's one of the things.
I do.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so it comes out
I
April
listen
24th.
digitally, but I buy the album because again, I want to support the artist. So even if you don't have a way to play it, buy it and admire the beautiful cover art and get them streamed. So you get paid what, like a quarter of a penny per stream?
0.0004 cents.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It is pretty crazy, and you think about that. I mean, you used to get it for like 79 cents or whatever, and now it's just paid off of bits and streams, and that doesn't matter.
Well, what matters is can't wait to see you soon. Rock by the Sea, Texified. You'll be at Mile of Music. I got to get there at some point.
You do.
We are getting out to Cincinnati.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
We got a whole weekend planned. It's going to be a party.
Can't wait.
I was going to say, did that happen yet? So that's coming up.
Oh, you will know all about it.
There are live shows that people bid on. There's a stream that's coming. Like all the stuff's coming. So people ask. We have all that. We're gonna get them all booked up and ready to go. So
including favorite tunes. So some people need to let us know what songs we want to pen out. Like that would be some of that stuff. Which we're cool. We kind of thought that would already come beforehand, and then Aaron said he talked to somebody. He's like, well, I don't know what my favorite song is. Like I gotta hear the record first.
Offer for handwritten lyrics, and it's kind of like the shirt thing. Like, hey, like what song do you want us to write? And they're like, well, we don't know yet. We haven't heard the new album. Like, that's fair.
Valid point.
That's fair. Sure. That's a good point. So,
well, we appreciate y'all taking the time to join us. And in this next loop around the sun, I hope it also includes Greenlight Morning making a comeback on the Rock Boat. Just putting it out there.
Fingers crossed.
Be great.
We'd love that.
Hope they make that happen. Let's do it. We're ready.
Well, thanks so much, and let's do this again, guys.
That'd be good.
And Gal,
so good to see you.
Congrats.
Thank you,
guys.
Eamon,
Yes.
Mark, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you
right.
so much.
Means the world.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Bye.